babies. What's up, my darling MVPs, and how are you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi, where you get a gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hot. Of course, you know there's no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on the far long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see the hot, more people. The drama in this house says some things are actually kind of confusing, but we're going to be discussing it right here. My previous video, I just talked about Jared, Liema, and Pumi drama. That drama choke, guys. Meanwhile, the confusion part of this video is going to be about Z and Papi last night. But before that, how do you see this picture? Because this was my picture of the day yesterday. I cannot stop looking at this picture of Mitch and Yolanda. It's actually so sweet and solitizing. So guys, people are actually kind of worried about Mitch. They are like, he's actually losing focus. Like, he is. People are worried in the part that they think he has something bothering him. All through yesterday, he was training with the fact that people think something troubles him. Like, he's so mute. He is being noticed, not being noticed in the house. I remember the boy saying the other time that he's been laid back. He has not actually unleashed his full potentials. Do you see that in Mitch too? Do you think he's really not in the game? Because all through, people were complaining, oh, see, this boy has gone to sleep, there is nothing he's doing in this house and all of that. That they were feeling that Mitch is one housemate they will be talking about, that they feel he's gonna be one of the most talk about housemates this season. But see how he has gone mute and people barely talk about him. Do you feel same about Mitch? Let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, let's continue with the drama of last night. Like I said on my previous video, it may seem as though Thursdays are going to be my favorite day in the Mzansi house, because what Thursday gives us, I don't think Saturday gives us such show. Alright, during the pool party, I noticed while others were having fun, Mark Jr. and Fahima, they were just far away from others. They were just inside. In fact, it was given the pool party was not for them. I don't understand this line Mark Jr. is actually drawing, but how would he feel if what's her name, Fahima, leaves on Sunday? Most people ask. But did you guys forget that he said he is a loner and can stay alone? He knows how to sideline people and just remain still to himself. So I think he would actually cope, because he said he is good at that. Until Sunday, we'll see how things plays out though. So guys, now one of the drama that happened after the pool party was Ballet going to meet Lerato. Remember, Ballet had this issue of stick with Yolanda that is actually brewing, that she called her a cow, that people are calling her out for. Now here is the thing. As if that was not enough, after the pool party, Ballet went to Lerato and was telling Lerato that be very careful of Yolanda, because of recent Yolanda was getting closer. Not just of recent, as yesterday, Yolanda was getting closer to Lerato. Like, people were so surprised, like these two that do not even like each other waiting this up, So Ballet now went to do the Lord's work as she went to tell Lerato that, oh, be careful of that girl, she wants your man. All these things she's doing towards you, she's actually looking for ways, to penetrate through your man and all of that. So while Ballet was saying all of this to Lerato, Lerato just told her that Papa Ghost tells her everything that she knows already, that Yolanda wants something with Papa Ghost. That last week she did make move, and yesterday too, she feels she's gonna make move, that she's aware of it. I'm very sure that Ballet was not expecting such reply. I'm very sure she's expecting her to be so surprised and everything. Anyways, guys, you see this house, we move regardless. People were just dragging ballet last night. Like, I passed my neighbor generator because of she went to see Lerato. But guys, you guys are forgetting that these people are actually playing the game we want. All right, guys. Now another one that happened. It may seem as though the double attention is shifting from Jared, because of course what I mean by double attention, we know it is Els and Mpumi on Jared, but right now it's giving Els has actually freed Jared for Mpumi to continue operating on, because I remember she called Mpumi my ex-colleague, meaning that she's not in with the Jared shenanigans again. But are you sure? Okay, we'll find out. So last night, Els took her direction towards Youngpappi. They went to the toilet, toilet area, and they actually did kiss. They locked lips together, you know. After they now left, Els was now confused. It was giving confusion after kissing. So she started lamenting on how she never even close to see herself and this dude having a thing together. That she was so surprised that the kiss happened. She was like, no, that she think it's a mistake, it will not happen. You know, it's giving she's kind of confused and now trying to grow likeness for that dude while it was not planned at all. You know, when you think this person, I beg, I'll never have anything to do with this person, and then fate start calling you, yeah, come and have something to do with me, you know. So Pumi joined and they were having this convo, and she was like, no, she do not want to have a thing with Youngpappi, that Youngpappi is too small in size. Meelay now said, but you are also small, you guys are of same height. She's like, that's the problem, that she doesn't want a guy that is princhom. When I say princhom, means small, just like Youngpappi, that she need a huge guy, you know. Of course she's small, so she needs someone that is huge. Mpumi now said, remove all of those from your heart. In fact, Mpumi was giving a good relationship advice. I'm like, okay. She was like, remove all of that from your heart. Mpumi started asking her, okay, when it comes to dressing, because she's stuck in between Willy and Youngpappi, you know. So Mpumi was asking her, oh yeah, when it comes to the kissing, Willy and Youngpappi, who kissed the best? When it comes to dressing, who dressed the more? You know, she was asking her loads of questions among the two to see the similarities or the difference between the two, you know, and to see whom she would choose more. And guess what? While she was choosing, I think Youngpappi had the highest choice, you know. So Mpumi was like, I think you should find time, get closer to the two of them, and then know whom you would want to have thing with. And she was like, but she really do not want to have a thing with, you know, Youngpappi because he's too small and all of that. But Mpumi was like, don't deceive yourself. Advised her to just create time, get to know them. That you never can tell what you think when you judge the outer body, but you might really want to get close to the person and you would feel the innate soul and all of that. So while Mpumi said that, Els was like, oh more, you're so much, you know a lot more than I know, more than I think, you know. Mpumi was like, do you want to take me for granted? Forget I am going after somebody's man. I am just here having fun in the game, you know. In real life, I am actually serious. I'm like, okay, so you're trying to tell us that all this Jared thing, this desperation with Jared is all a facade, like it's just a game, okay? While the convo was going on, this dude, Youngpappi, later joined them, you know. After some time, Meelay left, Pumi left, they had some time together, had a long convo. Els was asking him, what do you really do? He said he's a videographer, he edits this, that. They were just having convo. Of course, you know, Youngpappi know how to talk a lot. Now the question is, should we expect a Youngpappi and Els ship? That would be a story for another day. Now, guys, let's talk about Z. In fact, this video is because of Z. Yes. Now, we all know that from the onset, Z has been closer to Youngpappi. Before Sinaye started happening of recent, Z and Sinaye started getting close. But something happened last night with Z and Youngpappi that got people confused. In fact, people started calling Z that she is the Jared in female form. I really want to share with you guys, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, okay, regarding Z, Sinaye and Youngpappi. Meanwhile, during the pool party, these two were actually close. In fact, of course, 2 days now, they've been getting more close, doing touching body, gumming body, and all of that, you know. And then, one thing, people were like, oh yeah, these two kiss now. Remember, Z has already said that in a calm tune that they are going to kiss one day. But the conversation Sinaye had with Neo with Taki, his bestie this morning, got me like, okay, that means we'll be expecting a kiss soon. Because Taki asked him, have you and Z kissed? And he was like, no, but it was almost close. I think Sinaye was so scared to make the move because those two were actually so close last night, but nothing happened. So Sinaye was like, it's almost close. And then Sinaye told Taki that the relationship between Youngpappi and Z has drastically changed, And in my mind, I'm like, should we tell him? Because it is giving Sinaye in the morning, Youngpappi at night. You would really get why I say what I said right now. So, and also Sinaye said the only lady who is actually reserved and matured in this house is Meelay, that nobody gets to touch her anyhow. I'm like, wow. So all this shit that you people are doing and touching all these ones anyhow. So it means that they are not smart and reserved, just like Sinaye and Taki are talking about. Interesting. So now the smartest girl in the house is Meelay because she do not allow any man touch her anyhow. Interesting, guys, really interesting. While Taki on the other hand was telling Sinaye that himself and Neo have not kissed, that they almost did. He asked Neo if they can, and Neo nodded her head like no, and then he was like he doesn't want to make moves so that he will not go and get deep because feelings is already brewing from what they have. That he wanted to leave. Neo was like the letter coded. Anyways, guys, now the thing is, after Sinaye and Z finished, Sinaye retired to bed, then it was time for Z and Youngpappi. Remember, Youngpappi spent most of his night with Els after he left Els and went upstairs to go meet Z. Now the thing is, while Liema and Jared were doing all of those things, remember I told you guys Z and Youngpappi were the commentator. They were watching them from up, seeing every happening. Now, after everything, Youngpappi, it was time to sleep. Z was like, yeah, Youngpappi, go to your bed. Youngpappi was like, are you chasing me now? Z was like, no, I'm not chasing you. This one, that one. Then before we know it, Youngpappi started cuddling Z, holding her, and all of that. The camera went off, later came back on. Then when he was doing, covered with, the duvet was covered, but touching her, to the extent Z said, you're touching the wrong places. Hey, wahala. Z said you were touching the wrong places. So people hearing you're touching the wrong places, they are like, wait, does it mean that this Z is now the Jared of this season because of the female version? Because she act like she's not doing anything, but at the same time she's doing something. The duvet was moving. Youngpappi was trying to cuddle her and all of that. Though her face was facing the wall, she was not facing Youngpappi, and she was like, she was at least making move like she's complaining, but Youngpappi refused to leave. He was still touching her. That was why after she would complain and say, hey, Youngpappi, and all of that. Now the thing is, does it mean that Z cannot put Youngpappi and tell him, bro, oh yeah, stop it? Or does it mean that she doesn't mind with the touching body? Or does it maybe she feel like, oh, if she actually gets so serious, it will make her look so stiff and maybe fans will not gravitate towards her? Because, of course, they do not know how much fans they have out there. So people are actually complaining about this Youngpappi and Z thingy. They are like, why is Z entertaining Youngpappi? Allow him even touch some things he's not supposed to touch, some places he's not supposed to touch, and all of that. But see what Z did. I don't know what they discussed, and Z was like they should go downstairs. They went downstairs to eat leftover food that was there. I think that was a way for Z to actually tell the boy to leave her bed. So when they were eating downstairs, Youngpappi was like, it's just little food. I think it was Pumi that left that food in the microwave, and then they ate it, and then Youngpappi was like, if we go upstairs, I'm going to my bed straight. And Z was like, okay. So people were like, that was how Z wanted to send Youngpappi to his bed, not like anything happened, So now the question is, do you think Z is trying to be with double dates in the house? That's why, because now Sinaye has the impression that it is not that Youngpappi and Z are no longer that close, not knowing that they have their things going on in the night and they understand their gameplay. So guys, tell me, what do you think about this triangle of Sinaye, Youngpappi, and Z? Coming from Rennie Zion. So Pale is telling Lerato about Yolanda liking Papa Ghost. This Pale is one bitter gossip, trying hard to make a social hate on Yolanda. Lawrence better put that gossido on a hot seat on Sunday. Even me, I can't even wait for Sunday. I hope Lawrence do justice to whatever question being asked. And then this person said, Z will be pretending like nothing happened. I feel sorry for Sinaye. But did anything happen though? Not like anything happened, but Youngpappi did some touchings and people are not happy about it that Z is entertaining such. Alright, coming from trending news. Youngpappi will be her downfall. She should continue to entertain him. Guys like Papi don't know how to stop, and when you get at them, they make you bad nuts. This is true though. Now in Papi's head, the night is for me and the day is for Sinaye. If she's smart enough, she will figure out the case and tell guys game. He's around her for a purpose and not for friendship and gist like she thinks. So true. I think this is actually deep. Youngpappi is actually close to Z because of game. I don't know about his feelings for now. I know he was busy telling us that he's not here for this game. We all know Youngpappi is the one in his innermost mind thinking he is playing this game. He is cooking, he is operating and all of that. But we'll see how this goes. I just hope Z is smart enough to handle him. This is actually the first time I watched Z being dismissive. She was not firm, but she was dismissive. Small growth. That is the reaction Lover of Queen says about Z telling Youngpappi to go to his bed. And then the cutest Kimi says she will get there with time. I think they need to stop Sinaye rubbish. Half of them are his fans. When things go wrong, they would move to him. I do not think Michelle understand what Lover of Queen B was talking about, because it was about Youngpappi and how Z was trying to send the information for him to leave her bed without being disrespectful. Alright, Freeman said she has always been dismissive. He has only slept on her bed once. Other times she tells him to leave. And I think that is the truth too. She has no boundaries whatsoever. So guys, do you think, to me I feel what Z is trying to do, she don't want to be so serious and end up maybe losing her friendship with Sinaye. Of course, this is a game. It will be very easy for us to judge things from the outside though. Anyways guys, before I end this video, I have a question. Why would Jared and Mpumi keep us awake all morning and then they ended up sleeping? Because finally I told you guys Mpumi slept. Now people are asking question, why didn't Jared wake Mpumi up? He was busy stretching his head like an ostrich, checking if Mpumi would be awake. Because remember, he gave Mpumi 30 minutes. Now viewers were like, why did he not wake Mpumi up? Because they planned it together. Why did he not wake her up that baby this time? They not kept us awake with all the blah. They were just running from helter skelter, and after everything, nothing happened. So viewers are like, waiting they really sup. You guys really wasted our night. I'm not gonna lie, that night was not wasted though. Those two, Mpumi, Omo choke. She just held all of us on chokehold. Alright, this person said the foolish boy thinks he's playing a game, not realizing he is growing her fan base. Such a fool, referring to Jared over Liema. Day one, Jared told everyone he doesn't want to be in a relationship in the house, so no one should blame his actions. He already has a game plan. It is an entertainment show. Trust no one in that house. 2M is at stake. If Jared game works for him or not, he played it anyways. Do whatever you can to get the money or at least stay longer in the house. It is not that serious. It is a game. Even Biggie advised Sinaye to play his game inside while outside will take care of itself. Like this person said, what's the name? Grace, he said, truly it is a game. When the housemate play this game, judge the gameplay, not the housemates. Because he once said that. Anyways, guys, we'll see how all of this turns out. The thing is, how swift will this housemate play their game? That is just the question. But like I always say, let the best man win. The best player win the show. Guys, I'll be dropping my voice right here and now. Please do not forget to share your thought with me. What do you think about all these shenanigans happening in the house? Let's talk, let's operate in the comment section. Bye for now, babies.